Specter in the Mist. The Hollowwood Chronicles. There are places in this world where the shadows linger a little longer, where the wind whispers secrets too terrible to repeat, and where time itself seems to have forgotten to move forward. Hollowwood Manor was one such place. In the autumn of 1912, Lady Eleanor Montgomery, newly widowed and seeking a fresh start, moved with her 2 children to the manor, a crumbling estate hidden deep within Hollowwood Valley. From the very moment their carriage wheels touched the gravel of that forsaken place, a chill settled into her bones, a chill that even the roaring fires inside could not chase away. The first night, as the valley was swallowed by thick fog, the house began to stir. Lady Montgomery heard it first, footsteps, slow, deliberate, echoing through the empty halls. Her heart pounded as she tried to convince herself it was nothing, just the old house settling into the night. But deep down, she knew something was watching. As the days passed, Hollowwood Manor revealed its true nature. Doors slammed shut with a force that rattled the windows, yet no one was there. The air grew thick with the scent of decay, as if the very walls were rotting from the inside out. But it was the children who suffered the most. Little Emily, with her wide, innocent eyes, began to speak of a lady in white. She would wake in the dead of night, trembling, her voice barely a whisper as she described a ghostly figure who visited her dreams. This lady, she said, called to her, beckoning her to the abandoned chapel on the grounds, a place long sealed off, forgotten. Lady Montgomery tried to dismiss Emily's words as nightmares, mere imaginations of a child. But then came the night, the storm, and the horror no mother should ever witness. As lightning flashed outside, Thomas, the eldest, was found standing in the center of his room, his eyes wide open, yet unseeing. His body trembled, and then he began to rise. Slowly, as if lifted by invisible hands, Thomas was drawn up into the air, his limbs hanging limp, his face contorted in silent terror. Lady Montgomery's scream echoed through the manor, but there was no one left to hear it. The servants had already fled in fear, whispering of curses and dark spirits bound to the land. Desperate, Lady Montgomery sought out Professor Elias Blackwood, a man whispered about for his knowledge of the occult. He arrived with grim determination, sensing the malevolent force that had taken hold of the manor. Together, they unearthed the dark history of Hollowwood, a tale of forbidden love, betrayal, and a woman driven to madness. The lady in white, once the mistress of the manor, had cursed the very ground upon which the house stood, her soul twisted by grief and rage. The final confrontation came on the coldest night of the year. The wind howled, battering the manor as if trying to tear it apart. Inside, the walls seemed to close in, the darkness growing thicker, heavier. Professor Blackwood chanted ancient incantations, his voice steady despite the chaos around him, while Lady Montgomery, with a mother's desperate love, called out to the spirit, pleading for the lives of her children. And then, silence. The air was still, the oppressive presence lifted. The curse was broken, the spirit finally at rest. But Hollowwood Manor was no longer a home. It had become a tomb of memories, a place where the living had no business staying. Lady Montgomery fled with her children, leaving behind a house that would never know peace. For though the spirit was gone, her whispers still linger in the walls, waiting for the next soul to listen. And so, Hollowwood Manor stands empty, a monument to sorrow, a place where the past refuses to die. But beware, dear viewer, for if you ever find yourself near Hollowwood Valley, on a cold, moonless night, you might just hear the whispers too. Thanks for watching.